Hey everybody, it's your man Fitman, and welcome to the 20th episode of Motivational Monday. Now, today's topic, we're talking about the importance of trusting and believing in the process. Look, the process can be many things. The process can be difficult. The process can put strain on your life. The process can make you feel like you want to quit. But if you quit the process, then you never get to unleash your inner greatness. You never get to actualize your goals. Okay? I've got two principles today that show us the importance of trusting and believing in the process. Principle number one is that in the beginning, the process stinks. So think about yourself when you first began to train. You were weak. You were uncoordinated. You weren't lean. You may have been overweight. You weren't athletic. You didn't understand the movements. You felt lost. This is what happens to not only you, but me when I first began to train. Skinny, weak, and didn't really understand what was going on. But as the process continues, 1 year down the road, 3 years down the road, 5 years down the road, what happens when you look in the mirror? You see somebody looking back who's strong, somebody looking back who's lean, somebody looking back who's athletic, somebody looking back who is starting to actualize their greatness and starting to reach their goals. But in order for that person to get there, in order for you to get there, you've got to get through the beginning part of the process. And trust me, it stinks. It's not fun when you can't do push-ups and can't do pull-ups and can barely do body weight squats and you're struggling with every single move. Okay? This doesn't just relate to training, but the start of a new business and there's no money coming in. The start of a new relationship and you all are struggling to find common ground to have actual conversation. Like, it's difficult in the beginning. The process is difficult. But if you can endure the process, if you can deal with the bad times and continue to grind and continue to keep tunnel vision towards your goals, then you're going to have success. But you've got to be committed to the process. It's a tragedy when someone starts a training program and 3, 4, 5 months later, because they're not Arnold Schwarzenegger, because they're not Serena Williams, because they haven't made drastic changes to their body, they quit. Are you kidding me? You haven't even put in the time. You haven't even scratched the surface. Because when you think about people who have been successful with their physiques or in athletics, that's years and years and years and years of training to get there. It's not going to happen in 3 months or 6 months or 9 months. You've got to give it time and you've got to grind, okay? So you've got to commit to the process. And in the beginning, the process stinks, but you've got to stay committed in order to reach your goals. Now, principle number 2, when it comes to committing to the process, is that the process will reveal your character. Look, it's sad when people quit when they're early on in the process. They never get to see who they're actually going to become. It gets difficult and they run. They run so fast that they look like they're Usain Bolt in the 100-meter dash at the Olympic finals. That's how fast they're out, okay? The process does this to folks. It reveals how serious you really were. It reveals your true character. There's two types of people when it comes to the process. You've got strong-minded folks who will continue to grind and will continue to work and will continue to fight for what they want, for what drives them, for their goals, okay? It could be a better body or a better business or a better relationship. They're going to fight through the difficult times. On the other side, you've got weak-minded folks. They feel the heat, they feel the strain, and they fold. They fold like a cheap suit. They run, and they're never going to see what they could become, okay? Listen, we all have goals. We all want to be successful, but you've got to accept the fact that it's going to be a process, okay? Anytime you see anybody in this world with any degree of success, let it be known that it didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen in 1 month. It didn't happen in 6 months. It's been years of training and years of planning and years of struggle to get to that point. And if the person was strong-minded, then they're probably successful today. They're probably living their dreams today. They're probably advancing in their profession today. If the person was weak-minded, they're still doing this, okay? They're in the washing machine on a spin cycle, all right? They're going nowhere fast, okay? I don't want you to live your life on the spin cycle. Every time you scratch the surface of getting in shape, you quit. Every time you scratch the surface of improving your business, you quit. Every time you scratch the surface of building a great relationship with your significant other, you quit just to live your life on spin cycle. All right, you don't want to live like that. You don't want to live like a hamster in the cage on the wheel. That's not what we're here for. Okay, so commit to the process. It's going to get difficult. It's going to be hard. Everybody goes through the hardships of the process. Look, how many times have I fallen on my face in bodybuilding, in business, in relationships, in multiple aspects of life? But guess what? I'm strong-minded and I keep getting back up. Okay, because you cannot let the setbacks and the hardships define you and keep you in that spin cycle. All right, so my challenge to you is to commit to the process. Don't run this week when it gets difficult. Walk up to your challenge and look it dead in the eyes and give it everything you got. And you may not beat it this week. You may not beat it next month, but guess what? Continue to fight and eventually you will beat it. Okay? I thank you for checking out the 20th episode of Motivational Monday. And look, I got big news. Next week is the final episode of Motivational Monday Volume 1. We're already at episode 21. We've spent the last 21 weeks together growing and becoming motivated and getting educated and making serious life changes that are going to allow us to unleash our inner greatness. So we're going to get into that next week. Again, I thank you for watching. It's your man, Fitman. Holla at a trainer when you see me in the gym. Now, on a sad note, I just want to talk about some of the events that occurred in America over the last week. Look, we saw innocent black men gunned down. We saw innocent cops gunned down, killed in cold blood, murdered. This isn't the way. This isn't how we're going to survive as people. Okay? This hatred, it's the hatred that creates these senseless killings and these chaotic situations. You see, we've got to start to love one another. We can't hate each other. How ridiculous is it that we hate each other because of skin color or eye color or because of the uniform that we have on? Like, it's ridiculous. We're all in this together as humans. We need to start to love our brothers and to love our sisters and to spread love and not spread hate. Look, hate gets us nowhere. All right, it gets us nowhere. It's like you're on a treadmill going nowhere fast. That's where hate gets you. All right, change comes from within. And as a people, we got to look in the mirror and say, hey, you know, why don't I like that guy because he's got darker skin? Why don't I like that guy because he wears a certain uniform? Like, this is not what's going to, this isn't sustainable, because people are impacted and families are shattered and broken because of events like this. So this can't happen. So my thoughts and prayers go to everybody who was impacted by these horrible events last week. Okay, Alton Sterling, Philando Castle, the police officers in Dallas. This is not the way. Like, murder and hate is not the way. We've got to start to love one another in order to create real changes so that we can live in harmony and enjoy our days here. We only get so many days on this planet. Let's enjoy them together. All right, spread love, not hate. Holla.